beauties, welcome back to my channel. So let's start out this video. We are going to use the Plousie base in the shade number 2, and I firstly just start out by carving out the eyebrow, and then I drag the base down onto the eyelid. This kind of helps later on when you are shaping the eyebrow. This is like the best base that I've used so far. You guys have probably heard about it on the internet. It's so good. So if you haven't tried it, definitely get your hands on it. You will not regret it. So we're going to use the Louise, the Bperfect XL Pro Carnival palette, and this is an amazing palette. I literally use it on everyone now. We are picking up this green shade, which I will leave listed down below because I don't have the palette on me, so I don't know the shade name. I just start out by pretty much shaping out where we want the cut crease. Now you can do cut creases whatever different style you want, whatever shape you want. It's literally just having a play. So we decided to do this shape today, and yeah, just started out by shaping it and then blending it out with a nice little detailed brush. And then we're going to go back into the same palette and pick up that lime shade just underneath the shade that we used firstly. And then I used a bigger brush for this, but I probably wouldn't recommend using a bigger brush. Use more of a smaller brush, more of a tapered brush to blend it out. But this is the only brush I had on hand, so I just pretty much blended out the first color that we put down. And then we are going to use the Plousie base again, and this is where we are going to carve our crease, just using the same brush. This is from MAC. I'm not sure of the number, but I will leave everything listed down below. So if you need to figure out anything and you miss it in the video, just go down into the description and I'll leave everything down there. So yeah, we just are carving out the shape now. I like to always get the client to look straight ahead, and then that kind of gives, like, how do I explain it? It kind of gives the shape. So you can kind of carve out your shape from when the client is looking straight ahead. There's no right or wrong way to do this. I feel like everyone has their own style, their own techniques. So you're going to do it the way that works for you. This is just the way that we've done it today. So yeah, moving on. We are going to use the Too Faced glitter glue and just lay that down where we placed the concealer. Now you probably don't have to use this glitter glue, but we're using such a chunky glitter that I didn't really want the glitter to fall out much. So we decided to use the glitter glue first, and then once we've done that, we then moved on to this like lime glitter. It's just regular glitter, and just place that straight over the top. I would probably set it down and then do the glitter glue, but you know, we're just playing around and this is kind of what we come up with. But yeah, if you want to set that down first, then feel free to do that. And then we decided to do a wing liner. So the liner I used today was the Inglot Gel Liner in 77. I always start at the tail and I kind of shape it from there. I do wings differently on everyone, just depending on their eye shape and depending what they are wanting, if they want a big one or a small one or whatever. So yeah, always start with the client looking looking straight ahead and having their eyes open. And then we just placed on a little bit of mascara. This is just a mascara that my little sister had, so I used the wand on her, but obviously if I had a client, I would use a disposable. Any mascara will do because we are going to pop on some false lashes after this. Then for eyebrows, I use the Precisely My Brow by Benefit in the shade number 2. I'm literally so obsessed with these, but the only thing that I hate is that I use them up so quickly. Like, they are quite expensive, and when you have a lot of clients and use a lot, you go through a lot. So that's the only thing that I don't really like about it. But it is so perfect to just mimic natural hair strokes. I always kind of define underneath and then start at the tail and drag my work back up and finish at the start of the brow. To prep the face, we decided to use a moisturizer and an eye cream. These are from Sephora. They're just the Sephora brand. I think it's like an all-day hydrator. So yeah, I just place the eye cream underneath her eyes just with a smaller brush, and then with the moisturizer I just used a normal foundation brush to work that into the skin. For foundation, we used the Nars Sheer Glow. She has perfect skin, and we decided we wanted to do a nice like glowy base. So this is my favorite go-to foundation for more of a hydrating like glowy base. Yeah, so we just placed that all over her skin and then blended that out with a beauty blender. This one's the Real Techniques. I don't know why. I usually use the like the Beauty Blender brand, but yeah, I had a few Real Technique ones which are just as good, so I decided to use that in today's video. To highlight and to contour, we use the Makeup Revolution concealers. I'll leave the shade names down below. I just started off by using the darker shade to place down her jawline, her cheekbones, and her temple, and I also do the nose and the ears as well, just using a regular concealer brush, and then I blended it out using the Real Technique sponge. Now to highlight the face using the lighter shade of the concealer, I place that underneath her eyes, down the center of her face, and just underneath her cheekbone, just to clean that area up and to highlight underneath there as well, because I really like that effect. Same as usual, applying it with a brush and then just blending it out using a sponge. Now using the Cheerleaders palette by Bperfect, I'm going to pick up the Holla shade, which is just the Holla bronzer, which is my favorite bronzer ever to contour with. I'm just pretty much placing that on top of where we placed the darker concealer, so down the cheekbones, the jawline, and the temple, around the nose, just to create a little bit of shadow and make the face a little bit more 2D and not so flat. And then we are going to set underneath the eyes and down the center of the face. I'm just using this e.l.f. palette because I had it laying around and I hadn't used it before, so yeah, we decided to use that. And going back into the Cheerleaders palette, I'm just picking up the blush shade. Now off the top of my head I can't remember the name, but I will leave it down below. And then for highlight, we use Soft and Gentle by MAC, which I haven't used this in so long, like literally so long. But yeah, it's such a staple. It's so pretty and so bright and blinding. Yeah, place that on top of her cheekbones and her cupid's bow and down the center of her nose as well, and also her brow bone. Then we're going to use the Carnival Pro palette again and pick up that green shade and just run that underneath the lower lash line from the outer corner to the inner corner using a small pencil brush. I know this brush is Morphe, but yeah, like I said, leave it down listed down below if I say that one more time. Ugh. Anyway, and then we are dipping in to that kind of dark bluey, kind of don't even know how to describe it, but I'll leave it listed down below. Just using a flat definer brush and smudging that into the lower waterline. And then we decided to pop in some liner into the waterline, just using the same Inglot Gel Liner in number 77. And then just went ahead and applied some mascara to the lower lashes. And then we're going to set the eyebrows in place. I'm using another one of my favorites from Bperfect. It's the 24-hour brow setter. Literally do not use anything else because I love this so much. Moving on to lips, I use a combo. I use the NYX lip liner, not sure of the shade, but I'll leave it down below. It's just a nude lip liner. And then for lipstick, I used a liquid lipstick from Jeffree Star. I think this is the shade, I'm not too sure, but yet again, I'll leave it down below. To finish off the look, I just spritz the face using Fix Plus by MAC, and we are done. This is the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Definitely thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye!